The hell is that?
Oh
Okay.
my god. Is that a Harmonicon?
Wait, what's happening? I see Tiamat now. Here comes the
Oh.
Opal Palace.
Opal Palace is
yeah,
bad
you're
card,
flickering.
in my opinion.
Tiamat is good.
I don't
No, he's
think I
Tybalt
wanna...
triggering. He's Tybalt triggering your commander, actually.
I know that's right.
He's what?
Okay. Oh wow, that's really so much mana. Just like I'm.
Yeah, we
Seems like anti-dragon sentiment to me.
This is a hate crime. No, it's not. Yeah, well, I hated it.
For Fiery Emancipation.
A ghostly prison.
Nice. Fuck.
This...
Half the ghost.
Fucking
You can only
Christ, I was
attack
gonna
with
kill
one.
him.
You can only attack with one creature each time.
Yeah, I know, but my creatures deal triple damage, and I can't...
Oh shit!
Well,
I don't. That's right.
Do you want me to play it out, or do you want me to?
Just show it.
I believe.
We're going full-on Dragon Tribal mode. Really?
Very nice. Very nice.
No game two.
What kind of tricks you've got?
No trick.
And I'll tap that for an Esper Sentinel.
Ooh.
Nice. Oh, I actually have not played against a team on commander, so I'm kind of excited. Honestly, this has been a very fun exchange.
Beautiful art on it.
Welcome to Ace's Tavern, story of the game. I think every Commander game has moments that are interesting, instructive, or just downright hilarious. And I intend to capture these moments instead of just letting them slip into the eternal void. Let's introduce our contestants. Varina, zombie wizard, that's pretty cool. We've got Breven. He hurts himself so he doesn't have to hurt us. And Brago, because ETBs are OP. I'm piloting Tiamat, who I'm trying to get into play here on my 5th turn as we get our first truly notable moment from the game.
It's because of the Dragon Speaker Shaman.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So he comes in, I'm going to put Lightning Greaves and give him haste. Because of the Opal Palace, he gets a +1/+1 counter.
You big boy.
Yeah. I don't
No, he's
think I
Tybalt
wanna...
triggering. He's Tybalt triggering your commander, actually.
He's what?
I think.
Sorry, I just had to enter phone call. Yeah, I'm Tybalt triggering your commander for sure. Like, no way that's resolving.
Yeah, he's countering it, and then you
Yeah,
reveal.
countering it.
Okay. Wait, what's happening?
I'm countering it.
Oh, okay. Tybalt's Trickery, my favorite fucking red card in existence.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
So yes, I was the last person to realize my commander was being countered.
It's not even the Tiamat I'm worried about. It's the 5 cards you get to fucking tutor for.
Hey, but haven't you never seen a Tiamat deck? And you're left wondering what I'm going to get. I'm gonna hit space. I'm gonna pass turn.
I know exactly what you're going to
Hey, look, I don't have.
It's probably gonna be dragon.
Now we see the Brago player developing nicely, putting a couple more key flicker pieces in and bringing Brago himself into the battlefield.
Okay, slam down.
Are you just going to replay Tiamat next turn?
Yeah, for sure. But
That's the plan.
But now the flicker guy is going nuts. So there is that. You're
Don't worry, you're not going to get any interaction.
now it's no, but now it's good for the Tiamat to come out. Good for the board.
No, it isn't. It's never good for Tiamat to come out.
I mean,
Yeah, you're
to
right.
be honest with you, I do want to see it happen. Imagine a flicker deck that's Tiamat. That's pretty.
I mean, if it never comes out, I think we're all going to
Flicker.
have ruined
I mean, you
orgasms.
could run Brago and
Of course, at this point, I had no idea that the Breven player had something very sinister planned for me when I did try to replay my Tiamat on turn 6, and that he was basically trolling me.
Oh, okay. In response to you casting Tiamat, I'm going to sneak attack out an opposition agent.
Oh, oh,
Okay.
that is brutal.
So I get to look through your library for 5 dragon cards, exile them, and then I can play them, but I have to play them during my turn, and I have to pay the mana cost for them, so it's a whole thing. But
You can exile
I mean-
the.
Ouch. I was honest with him about what dragons I would have pulled, and he got quite the haul.
This means war.
Been fine. No.
Yeah.
And the thing about
Greed is
Tiamat
good.
is, unlike Dragon, you don't run tons of dragons because you get to search them up. But I'm still looking okay. So what I will do is give the Tiamat the lightning greaves, and I'll swing at you for 9.
Okay, I'll take 9. That's totally fair.
That's got to be
Breven
fair.
is like
Oh, those timeless words. If I only had one more mana. This was a mistake on my part. I should have saved the mana that I spent on the Opal Palace to use my Tiamat's trickery and counter anything that might affect my Tiamat coming into the battlefield. And I knew this, but I was greedy and I wanted that extra +1/+1 counter, and I paid for it. The Brago player's response is a turn that took an astounding 12 minutes as he flickers things in and out of the battlefield. So he drew a bunch of cards, he ramped in a bunch of lands, and he ended the turn with 8/5/5 dragons. Then we see the Breven player finally bring Breven onto the battlefield as we approach the turn for core 7. Here I'll drop a couple dragons and then pay 10 life and untap my lands to drop a true gem.
For Fiery Emancipation.
Nice.
And here Tiamat swings, taking out 2 of the dragons but dying himself. This way I might get a chance to replay him and actually search up some dragons.
Then things get political.
okay.
Demush, let me know when you're about to go to combat, and I'm happy to take a deal to not do what I'm going to do.
Okay, that works for me. Say that I'm going to start considering my combat.
Okay, so if you don't attack me this turn, just for this one turn, I will not prevent you from attacking at all.
You know,
That's not
I
good.
think that is a fair and gentle trigger. I would this. I will.
You can attack me with 1 dragon, and I will still not do the thing, right?
Okay, that I think that is a fair bargain.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is swing 2 dragons at you.
Yeah, oh
Well-
my god.
Okay, fine. I'll take 10.
Okay, that's fair. I just wanted to see what would happen.
That was good. Love it.
There you go. I still got a lot of blockers.
You're
I
a
feel like-
deal, and you're a dirty, dirty bitch. So now we all know not to make deals with you.
I was saying I was considering. I said it was you said if I did.
Yeah, he wasn't going back on the deal. It was a
committed to it.
negotiation.
It sounded like a very good deal. I'm just a terrible negotiator. Clearly, I will say clearly what you were doing was right. It was the best decision. I'm going to play a Farah.
Is this under the police? I guess now is a good time to play that counter.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a Farah is a creature at this point.
That
Um,
will, out of the spirit of goodwill, that will get Tiamat's trickeried.
the
Commander.
last spell, my commander. You know, I appreciate that.
The trickery flips into...
A ghostly prison.
Fuck!
Half the ghost.
Fucking Christ! I was gonna kill him.
In retrospect, I just don't think this counter was worth it. Just didn't affect his board state enough. Now we see Varina finally show up to the party. Here we get a really interesting turn from Breven. First, he admits that he only offered that political deal to Brago because he was planning on killing him the next turn with commander damage, but that now due to ghostly prison, that's not going to be possible. What we will see him do is sneak attack in a silent arbiter. So now only 1 creature can block each combat, and his commander has menace. He takes himself down to 2 health before dealing 16 commander damage to the main threat player on the board, drawing a bunch of cards, and then the lifelink knocks him back up.
But wait.
In my second main phase, I'm gonna pay 1 black. I'm gonna cast a dark ritual. So I have 2 black. I have 3 black floating. I'm gonna use 1 of that black to cast a burnt offering I'm going to sacrifice the Silent Arbiter, making me three red and one black. So I've got 3 of each. I'm actually going to pay 1 red to sneak attack out Chainer. He will gain haste. I will then discard a mountain from my hand to activate Chainer's ability, pay 4, leaving me with 1 black, and I'm going to replay the Silent Arbiter from my graveyard. Fucking clutch. Oh, that was such a good play. Way to go. Then I will let the 1 fizzle. I'll go to my end step, and Chainer will be sacrificed to the sneak attack.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Silent Arbiter stays out. Oh, that was a good play. Good play. Way to go, me.
That might get you killed this turn.
You can only attack me with 1. You can only attack with 1 creature each time.
Yeah, I know, but my creatures deal triple damage, and I can't.
Oh shit!
Well,
I'm
I don't
not
mind not killing. No, I know you're not a threat, but
I will
can't.
say, as a great man once said, why not? You should do it anyway. I believe it was Aristotle.
It's finally time.
And I will search for dragons.
Nice.
What's left?
And Tiamat is good.
They are my not best dragons.
They're the second 5.
They're the second 5-ish.
So here I pay 10 life to untap my lands again, play Shade Dree, and
Then things get political.
I would love a flying block.
And
I will say this, if you put counters on all my creatures, I won't attack you my next turn.
You can only attack with 1 creature anyway, so that's a bluff. Give me a flying blocker.
I will say I'm going to be able to attack with more.
right.
So he's already got it in the bag. Just give me a flying blocker.
You don't need it.
The hand strikes and draws a flower.
No, it's just
Oh, him and one other.
yourself and someone else.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna give a 2/1 Inkling to Breven, and I'll
Yes,
draw a
thank
card
you.
and lose 1 life.
Sounds good. I like the little smile on the Inklings. It just looks happy to be there.
Inklings are weird. They're a weird thing to. Yeah.
I'm going to play a Meteor Golem, blowing up.
The Inkling.
I'm going to blow up the Silent Arbiter.
I think that is a grave mistake.
with low health and no flying blockers, Breven takes a bow.
That was a very fun game, guys. I'm glad we got to interact so much.
Yeah, man, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, honestly, very impressive deck. I love watching it, man.
I mean, if you hadn't have beaten me down so much, I would have killed you with that 1 swing.
Oh, I know. My friend, you got to...
If I had a little bit more life to play with, it would have been beautiful.
Little did we know that another player would be eliminated for over an hour.
Cedrix, you know what I'm going to do is... I'm going to blow up your Fiery Emancipation.
All right.
And then I'm going to blow up your Chromatic Lantern.
Oh, good.
Okay, losing Fiery Emancipation is a tough pill to swallow. And as I see Varina start to establish some creatures down, I miss her putting down Sir Conrad, thinking about the dark secret that I hold in my hand.
All right. Oof, and play In Garrick's Wake. Destroy all creatures you don't control and all planeswalkers you don't control.
But I'm at 15 health and there's an unforeseen problem.
How many creatures are dying? Because Sir Conrad's going to look at all these death triggers.
Oof.
11.
Ow.
So I swing and drop Brago to 19. But with tons of cards in his hand and tons of mana, he quickly gets back on his feet.
And I am going to play Counter Harmonicon.
Nice.
Oh.
So now he starts triggering everything twice. ETB flicker decks can be quite impressive, but I find them miserable to play against. They really slow the game down.
Brian, do you got anything for this?
No.
His turn goes on forever, and the video footage you see now is in 27 times speed. Then Varina makes 11 zombies and sacks 3 of them to force us each to sack 3 creatures, as I drop a dockside extortionist at the beginning of turn 10.
Extortionist.
Okay. Oh wow, that's really good.
So I'll create 12 food tokens, 12 clue tokens, and 12 treasure tokens because I have the cabinet manufacturer.
Oh.
And then destroying all non-dragon creatures.
This is such a risky play as I lost most of my board, but I had a chance to go for lethal on Brago, and with Varina having nothing out, I felt pretty confident I could swing in the win. But he has something up his sleeve.
Do blue, and I'm going to tap both of the creatures that aren't your commander. What's a thought?
So he lives. Sun Titan and Muldrifter come back with double triggers from the Panharmonicon. And then he asks us an interesting question.
Okay, are infinite mana combos acceptable in 7 on spell table? They are acceptable in the Discord that I was in, but I want to ask that.
I appreciate you asking. I like infinite
Being going
combos,
long enough.
especially if you're not tutoring for them.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I've drawn. I'm just asking that because I'm not going to play out that combo if we're not.
No, go ahead. If you have some type of winning turn, I'd love to see it.
If it's turn 4,
This
that's
thing's been good.
different than if it's like
Yeah.
turn 12.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's not anything crazy.
So Peregrine Drake to Deadeye Navigator used the Leak Guard Maze to draw himself out until he hits his lab man.
What could go wrong?
Do you want me to play it out, or do you want me to?
Just show it.
So much mana, just like I'm.
Yeah, we got the.
Or
And it's no longer an issue for you.
But there's a huge problem.
Oh no!
He's drawn his whole library, and the lab man is nowhere to be found. He could play everything in his deck, but with no haste enablers, he concedes.
Oh my god, really? Sorry for taking up as much time as I did on this stream.
No, your deck was really cool, man. It was annoying, but it was cool to see.
I need to
I
put
don't
a-
see enough blink.
One, I had a lab mania. I even have an extra one, so I'm gonna put it in here.
So you mill yourself out, basically.
Yeah, I essentially killed myself. I'm just gonna mill myself out that turn, so I'm not dying at your up.
You can,
So he's out. And Varina has no non-land permanents in play. So I win, right? Well, think again. He has an exiled creature return from play when Brago dies, creating 10 3/3 zombie tokens.
I'll lose the life. I'll get that many zombies, and it's going to be at his end step.
oh, at his end step, so then you'll
Yeah,
get
so I'll be
to
able to
attack.
attack with him. I believe.
Really? Because it's the end step trigger.
Yeah, Diva. I don't know what you're doing. I don't even know
Great
what
game,
you're-
guys.
Yeah, great fucking game, guys.
You know, I'm really okay with getting second place on this one. Varina was struggling for much of the game, and it's good to see an underdog come up and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. And there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm very new to video editing, so this video took me about 10, 11 hours to edit. And, you know, hopefully I get faster with time and I get better. But I would love to make more of these. This is a brand new channel, guys, so please support me by liking, subscribing, all that stuff. Go into the description. You'll see links to the other social medias for this account. And there's also a Patreon, which I've started, and we'll be giving out proxies every month. So, yeah, until next time.
Ace's Tavern?
I know.
Right?
I'm